Yeah, what an honor. I'm very thankful, obviously, to everyone who voted and all the support across the country. It's so cool, actually. And for all my teammates, too, for them to be recognized. It's sweet. We got a special team, special unit of guys, and but to be listed up there with them, man, what an honor. So, yeah, very thankful for it.
How was
You
the
heard you got the most fan votes out of all players.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, it's crazy, you know. I don't know really what to say to that. It's cool, sort of just, you know, this last year, how crazy it's been, and then, you know, to sort of see that and the support from everybody watching, you know, just all of it, the whole story, and in the last year, it's been a blessing.
How is the postseason different than the regular season, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like you get everybody's best ball, you know. Everybody's in tune to, you know, what they need to do at a high level, and every drive, every play, I mean, really matters. Obviously, that should be the case for the regular season, but postseason, last year I feel like I felt that. You know, I feel like, you know, even, you know, the first game against the Seahawks, it's like, man, we're getting their best shot. It's a close game all the way up in the first half, and then the Dallas game is close. Every possession matters. Not turning the ball over, like all the little things matter, and so I just feel like the intensity is just cranked up a little bit more. Regular season, that should be the case, but sometimes, you know, things happen and you can lose a couple games and still make it to where you need to be. But postseason, there's very little room for error. So
Obviously, you're gonna do whatever the coach says and go along with the program. Is there a small part of you that's thinking, there's a football game going on this Sunday, and I'm not playing in it?
yeah, a little bit. Just the initial conversation that we had, it was like sort of, you know, for me, I was like, man, you know, this is all I know is to prepare for the next game and get ready, and especially when we went out to practice and I saw my teammates doing that, you know, and everyone dressed out, ready to go and preparing for the Rams, and then I'm practicing, but obviously not getting to go for the game, so a little weird in that sense, but it's part of it, and obviously we're doing what's best for the team and the organization, so always got to remember that and have that in mind, but yeah, just the competitor in me, obviously I want to play and, you know, compete all the time, so, but that's the case in the situation that we're in.
So how plugged in will you be on Sunday? Like, what, you know, will you have the headphone on, you know, communicating with Sam, like what will be kind of your MO, what are you planning to do?
Yeah, I mean, just be in tune with the play calls and everything. You know, this week I've still gone about my process and stuff with the install with the plays and everything, and I'm gonna do my part to help out Sam and what I'm seeing on the sideline, just like what he's done all year for me. And so, yeah, I'll have the headset on and listening to all the plays and stuff, and still going through my process in terms of, you know, if I was out there, what would I be doing, and how I'm seeing the game and stuff, and trying to help out Sam as best as I can. So that's what I'll be doing.
What are some of the things that you've learned from Sam this year, whether it's during a game or even practice against him?
Yeah, I mean, a lot. Obviously, he's been a guy who, you know, has been here in this league for, I think it's his 6th year now, and just the process, the routine, how to study, what he's seeing with concepts and how he's ran things before. He's been able to pour into me and help me out with that, and in meetings, sort of just remind me of little things within plays, and especially before we get up, before the game starts, the night before we go through all the plays, Brandon and I, he just does a great job with just the little things within the plays of, hey, reminder on this play, this is where we're going with this or that, and he brings up these little things that are huge for me as a quarterback, and then obviously on the sideline and stuff, he's bringing up just good things, tendencies that he's seen on film that they could possibly do during the game and to not forget about. So he's done a tremendous job, and he's a very selfless guy. He puts the team first, and he's for the room, you know, not just about himself or anything. Like, that dude is for the room and for this organization. So very thankful to have him.
So in between drives, do you have a set routine? I see you talking sometimes to Sam, sometimes to Greasy. Is that kind of just something that you try to do in between each drive to check in and recalibrate?
100%, yeah. Usually it's, you know, to start off, it's Greasy with what he's seeing and what we're trying to do. And then obviously the quarterbacks were all sitting next to each other, and after Greasy sort of done talking, Sam and Brandon will chime in with what they're seeing, just with everything, and sort of the mindset and stuff, and they're real about what's going on, what the situation is, and where I should be. And they sort of just, again, they remind me of things with what I can do, because they've played the position, they've been in those moments. So it's been sweet having them with me and continue to go with them. So.
Brock, in the 4 losses, you've thrown 9 picks, and we've talked about it before about being an aggressive mindset, being smart with the football. How do you lock yourself into that mindset of stay aggressive but take care of the ball?
Yeah, it's just doing what I'm coached. Our system is really good. We got really good players, and so for me, I don't have to be superhero and or Superman and go out there and say I need to get it done right here and throw in this tight window. I have to go throughout my process and what I'm coached, and we'll be successful. That's been the case. And the times where I haven't, I've been too aggressive with things and stuff, we've gotten in trouble, turned the ball over, and obviously those games we've come down to losing some of them. So that's something that I have to obviously always have in my mind, but at the same time, when I see something and I'm confident about it, I'm gonna let it rip. So I think that's sort of the fine line of it, but playing within the system and how I'm coached is always good enough here.
Brock,
Go ahead, Brandon.
is there any concern, about not playing, a meaningful snap for, 3 weeks? And, if so, how do you kind of, try to stay as much in rhythm as possible?
Yeah, I mean that's something that I brought up to Kyle, and then he brought up some really good points just in terms of the preseason, not getting a whole lot of reps and snaps, and then going into Pittsburgh and playing well enough to win. And same with the bye week, coming back and having a good performance against Jacksonville. So I think I've done it this year in terms of having some rest and then coming in and playing. And so that's something that's feels good to go back and remind myself about. And not only that, we're going to be practicing against really good defense, obviously our guys, for the next couple of weeks too. So and it's not like I'm going to be sitting on the couch for the next couple of weeks doing absolutely nothing. We're going to be out here still getting good reps against our defense, working on the little things I need to work on, my footwork, my reads, at practice, and whoever we end up playing in our first round, we'll be ready for it. So.
Reading between the lines there, did you just at least mildly lobby to play a little Sunday?
It was just part of our conversation, just being real with all the situations and scenarios with this week and playing and stuff. So that's something that we brought up and made the decision after that. So
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Brock. Sam's right here.
Sam, in the Ravens game, you came off the bench, you hadn't played. Looked like you had a great rhythm. In that 3rd down play on the goal line where you took the sack, when you reviewed that with the coaches, was there an avenue there to run? What do you wish you had done differently on that play?
I think, front side when I saw nothing there and kind of felt the pocket a little bit, I should have probably just thrown it away, thrown in the back of the end zone, or maybe try to give BA a chance in the back of the end zone. So, but that's stuff that you watch and you learn from.
I don't know if there's such a thing for rhythm for a backup quarterback, because you don't know when you're getting it. But having gotten that experience against the Ravens so recently, how much do you think that can help you going in and getting a full load this week?
Yeah, whenever you get an opportunity to go out there and play football, not on the scout team and feel the live bullets and people chasing you, trying to get after you. That does, there's nothing like real football when you're back there as a quarterback. So to get those reps, obviously I don't want to go in there. I want Brock to stay healthy and, help this team win. But if I do need to go in there, I'll do my best. And, whenever I can get reps, it's always helpful moving forward.
You probably just heard Brock say that he's learned a lot from you and how you're for the room. How do you kind of embrace that role this year?
I think it's I've always kind of viewed myself as someone who just tries to help the team win however I can. And I kind of did that last year, obviously, when Baker got named the starter. I did everything I could to help that team win and help him get ready for games. So, just continue to embrace that role and do everything I can to help these guys get wins on Sundays.
Sam, what have you learned from Brock?
A lot. Brock is just in terms of his process, what he does to get ready for the game. He studies a ton, and he's very meticulous about that. And just the way he goes about, reading the defense. And he does exactly how he's coached. And, he doesn't, like he just got done telling you guys, he stays within himself better than any quarterback I've been around in terms of just taking what the defense gives him. And obviously there's a time and place to be aggressive and try to make throws. But I think he's, very poised in certain situations to be able to just check the ball down and live to fight another day.
Brock was just talking about how good of a resource you've been for him, specifically on the sideline during games. That probably hasn't worked in the opposite direction yet this year, but I'm guessing it's going to happen on Sunday. Or maybe in camp, did it happen? Or do you have any kind of examples of Brock kind of helping you out in the heat of the moment, kind of recalibrate the way that you've helped him?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's been in the system now for 2 years. Obviously, this is my first year in it, so just different things in terms of where to go hot and when I got a blitz, who I should look to on a certain concept or a certain play. So yeah, Brock has been helping me out ever since I got here.
You've been in this system now for almost the full season. How does it sort of compare to other situations out of the rooms you've been?
Yeah, it's a really good system. I mean, there's answers for everything. I'm not gonna sit here and compare it to any other system that I've been in, but there's just answers for everything that the defense does, and that allows the quarterback to go out there and play fast.
You played a lot of football in your career, but then this year obviously has been a different thing. But are you going to be a better quarterback next year wherever you are for having been here?
I just think with experience, you continue to grow as a quarterback and as a person. But yeah, I mean, with these coaches, with these players, yeah, I felt like I've grown a lot this year, and I'm just going to continue to take it one day at a time and one game at a time.
You're going into your first playoff, Sam, so how excited are you about that? And I guess, how are you going to use this opportunity to get ready for that?
Yeah, I mean, just excited to keep playing more football, man. Just to, week 18 isn't the last week of football that we're going to be playing here. So that's always a good feeling whenever you can go into the postseason. And yeah, I'm excited about that opportunity. And like I said, just to continue to help this team however I can.
Sam, when you watch this team, the thing that jumps out is that none of these receivers have an ounce of fear running across the middle of the field, and that's not typical around the league. Have you noticed that? And it just seems like it's pretty cool to watch, actually.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, saw it firsthand when I was, on the sideline watching Debo take a little screen and Marlon Humphrey kind of, hit him, and he just kept going. Debo didn't even see him coming, and he just kind of looked like he just bounced right off him. So yeah, got a ton of great talent, and like you said, a lot of guys that are very selfless in the way that they play, in the way that they act around the building. It's a special group.
Sam, I know it's kind of ancient history, but you could have gotten more money to go elsewhere. You talked about the reasons why. Any regrets, or obviously you haven't gotten to play that much, which you knew wasn't guaranteed. But do you any regrets about your decision?
No, zero regrets.
That's good. All right.
Thank you, Sam.
Appreciate it, guys.